Hello and welcome to Game Domain. Today we'll be doing a quick countdown of the 10 things you need to know about Kirby Battle Royale. Kirby is my favorite Nintendo character, thanks to Kirby's Dream Course and the countless rounds of Smash Brothers that Kirby's skills have won for me. After Kirby Planet Robobot, I was naturally very excited to hear that a new installment in the Kirby series would be arriving, and now I'm going to share some of what I know. Let's start with the obvious first question. When does it come out? It was released in Japan and Europe back in November of last year, but here in North America, we'll be seeing it on Friday, January 19th. Luckily, that means we've had over a month to learn about the game from people playing it firsthand, and we still have a couple more weeks yet to learn before we can get our own hands on it. What can I play it on? Kirby Battle Royale will soon be joining several of its popular series siblings, including Kirby Triple Deluxe and Kirby Planet Robobot on the 3DS. Now, granted, that's some esteemed company and some big red shoes to fill. We'll discuss more soon if Battle Royale lives up to the hype that its slightly older family members set for it. How many people can play? There is a single-player story mode, but the real focus is on the multiplayer, in which up to 4 people can play the 10 different gameplay modes via local wireless and on the internet. Unlike many other Kirby games, the story isn't really the focus of the game. The story, rather, has been compared to a very in-depth tutorial to teach you the skills that you'll need for the multiplayer modes. What can I look forward to in the single-player story? Well, it would be ill-advised for me to spoil much, but I can say that Kirby is entering himself into the Cake Royale tournament hosted by King Dedede. The twist, though, is that King Dedede is cloning Kirby's to fight the original. This is the plot device that explains why Kirby gets to do battle with dozens of versions of himself. What about the multiplayer modes? What are those like? There are 10 modes, and they remind me of some WarioWare or Mario Party style games. Coin Clash, for example, is like a freeform multiplayer Pac-Man, in which you are trying to gather as many coins as you can while avoiding ghosts and other players. Rocket Rumble is one of my favorites, in which you're gathering fuel and depositing it into your rocket, and hopefully reaching higher altitudes than your opponents. The games are varied and enjoyable, but some may find them repetitive. How many hours can I expect the game to take? The single-player campaign will take around 5 hours based on what I'm seeing, but the amount of hours you can invest in the multiplayer game modes is totally up to your personal taste. It would also seem from early reviews that the amount of playtime you'll get from the game hinges on having friends with their own 3DS, as the multiplayer modes are more fun with real people. Are there unlockables? Yes, each of Kirby's abilities, or characters, has 3 different outfits known as headgear. These can be unlocked via the in-game shop using the currency you collect during your playthrough, and in some cases, amiibos can be used to get equipment for the characters. It doesn't seem that the accessories have any effect on gameplay though. They're just for fun. How well does the multiplayer work? There have been some concerns that the online matchmaking had some issues such as lag and long wait times. We won't know for sure how it performs in North America until it comes out. The local multiplayer, however, seemed to fare very well. What makes this Kirby game different? Well, it's a 3D game as opposed to the 2D side-scroll style of the last couple of Kirby releases. The obvious plot difference is that instead of fighting Kirby's classic enemies, you're fighting versions of Kirby that possess the powers of his enemies. Finally, the game seems to be far more focused on multiplayer than the single-player stories of games past. Should I buy it? Well, it hasn't been reviewed as well as its companions on the 3DS. It's been kind of tagged as a generic Kirby skin party game that lacks replayability and innovation. The concerns about online functionality are also giving people pause. In short, Kirby Battle Royale is getting knocked because it's kind of a basic brawler game, but it's still charming. While it may not be for everyone, I love taking on the role of Nintendo's puffy pink protagonist, and doing so as I battle a veritable army of doppelgangers is tempting enough to make me pick it up. I hope this quick countdown was helpful to you. If you've been lucky enough to get your hands on the game early, throw any thoughts you have in the comments. Otherwise, come back after the 19th and let us know what you think after you play it. As always, thanks for watching Game Domain.